listen, we've lost opportunities and some of it has been maybe a lack of discipline, right? Like not in a bad, but like just not 100% focused or your
Mm,
focus is elsewhere. The biggest thing, man, is like everybody's so scared of failure, right? Like we were talking about this earlier, like what do we look forward to, right? And we were talking about people that you have to chase to create opportunity, right? And like I'm not gonna chase somebody for an opportunity, and this is gonna sound completely crazy,
talk, brother, talk, man.
than succeeding sometimes. Now everybody loves succeeding and seeing a deal go through, seeing investors get their money back. That's the goal, right? It's the primary goal. But I've failed enough prior that I could never have learned or be in the position I am without having failed, right? And so many people I feel are just afraid to fail that they
Yeah,
never take that first step, no matter what it is. It could be real
yeah,
estate. It could be whatever their regular job is. It could be sports. It could be, doesn't matter, right? It's just like they're afraid to fail. So they don't take that one step. And man, like, I don't want to sound corny or cliche, but that first step is the hardest.
yes,
And
sir.
it's like getting up and doing something about where you are is the most important aspect in life and in
Yeah,
getting there, because otherwise, what are you doing? So yeah, yes, you're 100% right, man. You just
yeah,
gotta be prepared.
yeah.
You gotta do your due diligence. You have to fail. Do not be afraid to fail.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. And I say I'm excited to be here today. And I authentically said, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. So if y'all ever hear me say I'm not excited, that means I'm really not excited. So, but hopefully you'll never hear me say that. If you look, there may be a couple episodes. But anyway, I'm super excited to be here today. I've been talking to this gentleman, and you know, what I just get is just straight authenticity, honesty. One of the first things that he said is that he liked to provide a personal touch. And you hear people say that, and you're like, okay, but the more he talked, the more I'm like, he is definitely about adding a personal touch. He's definitely about relationship building. He's definitely about coming at you with servitude from an authentic place, making sure that he's not putting you in a position that's too much, more that you can bear, more that you can handle, and making sure that what he's advising is something that you can definitely withstand, build a foundation on, and be sustainable. And so I am really excited for you guys to meet Mr. Gregg Amaral. Amaral, did I say it correctly? All right. Mr. Greg, how you doing today, sir?
Well, my friend, how about you?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I'll be honest with you. I want to dive in because I know you have a lot to say, and I know you have a lot of. I know you're gonna bring a lot of value to our listeners. And so, Greg, what I want to do, I want you to tell the people what your main focus is these days. Give them a little bit of an origin story. We love the hero's journey, so a little bit origin story of how you got to where you are, and then tell us what market you're operating in. And so, Greg, so you have the floor, man. Absolutely.
So, pleasure to informally meet everybody. Yes, we, as Q said, we're very authentic here in our business. I am the founder and owner of GDA Capital and Development. We're based here in Jupiter, Florida, just north of West Palm Beach, basically, for those that are inquiring. And my business is commercial real estate. We do a little bit of everything in the commercial side. Now, my origin was I started as a realtor, actually.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
About 15 years ago, started doing real estate, selling real estate, got to the point where I obviously had another job, and it got to the point where I had to shuffle and determine, do I go the real estate path or do I stay and just sell a couple houses a year? Well, obviously we made that determination to go forward and selling real estate, which was the best decision I made in my life, kind of life altering. And did that for about 5 years. Had always kind of taken a good hedge into the real estate brokerage world. So my mother was a realtor for about 25 years, still is. So I always saw her going back and forth, the whole typical on vacations, doesn't stop texting, the whole nine yards, right? So I grew up in that industry, per se, around that industry. Now, I always liked the brokerage industry, right? No employees, everybody's 1099, right? Like minimal insurance, minimal operating costs. So I determined one day, hey, if I find the right office, we'll pull the trigger on this. And this was 2014, 15, roughly. And it was no joke. It was about 24 hours later. I'm just zooming around on LoopNet. I look for an office, in our location, Jupiter, Florida, and something pops up like that. I'm like, that's way too good to be true, right? So short of it is we ended up opening up the brokerage. I had some family help me out with the construction. We went in there, we constructed the whole interior, remodeled it, made it look really cool, made it look homey. That was kind of the start of my business, per se. Now, when I opened up that brokerage and, towards the end of my sales career, if you will, just selling real estate, I always wanted that personal touch, as you said, because, realtors always get this kind of bad notation about them, like car salesmen or any type of salesman, right? Like you go to a car dealership, oh man, here comes the guy, right? Like I didn't want to do that. My job was not to sell a house, as crazy as that sounds. My job was to help with resources, show you around the neighborhood, show you the community at advantages and disadvantages, of course. I was never a salesman, and I hate to say that, but I was never a salesman. I did not want to sell you that house. And there were some times where I could have, and I didn't. And I like to look back at that, and I feel good because I can sleep at night, right? Know a lot of realtors. We had 75 agents, 3 offices at one time. And that was big into our team training was, hey guys, we're not sales people per se. We are, but we need to sell other things in the home itself, right? The house can sell itself. The person's going to sell itself to the house. That's going to happen regardless. There's nothing we can do about it. So we kind of took that training mentality to as far as we could. We had done during the 2019-20, early COVID days. I had got on the commercial side, and we had done a lot of commercial transactions as well, from buying, selling, leasing through our brokerage. And so I had a taste of it. And yeah, we ended up purchasing 120 units of multifamily in Dallas, purchasing 84 in Cleveland, just to name a few, did syndications. That was our first fund experience. So we did that for a few years. And I decided, we exited those at really good exits, anywhere from 18 to 36 months later on those buildings. We had about 5 buildings at one time. Had a good exit on those with our team. And after that, we kind of focused on the brokerage, opened up a few more offices. That got us to the 3 offices and 70 plus agents, and had a lot of buyout opportunities, and decided to take one that we felt fit us well. And I decided it was time to move on from the residential side.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Kind of work more from the commercial side, not from a brokerage perspective per se, but more from the ownership perspective. So we went out, we purchased a couple industrial assets in Central Florida. We really determined where our market was that we wanted it to be. For anybody that knows South Florida, prices are insane. And I'm talking residential, commercial. So we really put in some due diligence, about 12 months of due diligence to figure where is the first market that we get into. Funny story, it kind of, now, Q, I could talk all day, so you can cut me off if you need to.
Yeah, you good, man.
It was funny how it worked because I was selling a gentleman's house, and I sold him a lot up on the water in a town called Hutchinson Island, about an hour north of us. Beautiful waterfront house, oceanfront, intercoastal front, home line yards. He developed the house, and I kept in touch with him via the CRM, right? So I wasn't like calling him on a daily basis, but he built this house for his weekend getaway. So he was in Miami. So my CRM was staying in touch with him. And this was about 2016. So he calls me up one day. He says, "Hey, Greg, I've been getting your emails. I know they're fake from your CRM. Regardless, I see them." So I was like, "Hey, my programs are doing its job, right?" So I could have maybe had a little bit better personal touch that matter, but you know how realtors are at the time. So I actually went up there and viewed his house, and he wanted to sell it. He just had different path of life, 76 years old, different path of life, decided he didn't need the big headache. So we listed that property, and throughout the listing, I knew he was in development and commercial real estate. He built the first 52 Home Depots, just a good contractor, just a good guy to be around and absorb knowledge from, right? Like, I've always been a huge fan, and I think this is a big piece for people that are learning or getting into an industry, no matter what industry it is close your mouth and open your ears, right? Like, it doesn't matter how much you think you know or how much you do know, but sometimes being the quietest person in the room is the most powerful person. That was kind of what I've always gravitated to, is like, let me learn from these guys that have done it. Let me not make the mistakes that they did. And not from a monetary perspective, but just a life perspective, right? Like sometimes you make mistakes in business that set you back a year or 2 years, or more than that, unfortunately. So, the short of it, even though that was long-winded, was, I was talking to him one day, and he was selling some of his assets in Central Florida. Now, like we were talking about earlier, is I had already been doing research. I said, I can't gain entry to the market down here in Palm Beach County. I'm buying a warehouse. Like, I wanted to go industrial. I wanted to buy a warehouse, and I wanted something big, right? I didn't want to do like a 4,000 square foot warehouse. I wanted something that I knew when I exited my brokerage could cover what at least my brokerage was bringing in per month, right? So was I making any more? No, but technically yes, because it's obviously taxes are more advantageous in commercial real estate. But with that being said, I don't want to just get rid of the brokerage and not have the 24/7 hands-on business experience and get into, owning a building, which was a little bit less hands-off. And so I was like, I need to go somewhere else. We had targeted Central Florida. We didn't target a typical, a certain MSA at that point. So I was talking to this gentleman. He owned buildings up in Central Florida and hotels and office buildings and industrial. And we were just chatting. He's like, "Yeah, I'm selling all my industrial buildings." I said, "Well, do you think it would be a good fit for me?" And we started talking, and that's kind of how it took off. Now, what happened is, and like, I've never had any family money, just to throw this out there. I've never had any financial help. Everything I built from the ground up, with my own money. We've exited with our own money. Like, everything has been us. I haven't had the luck to have that, right? But in business, there is luck required. And that just so happened that was kind of one of these things where it's like, hey, did God put him in my life for a reason? Was there luck? Was there a little bit of everything? Absolutely. And it was funny how that worked. So this gentleman became a very good mentor of mine, still is to this day. what happened is basically he said, "Hey, Greg, I have this building. I run a hotel now. I've scaled back my assets. The hotel is my primary money maker. This industrial building was 50,000 square feet. He's like, it's kind of the redheaded stepchild. I'm 50% occupied, but obviously it's paid for cash for him. So I'm making my money and it's paying itself and I don't have to do anything, but I'd like to sell it." So we actually made a deal as opposed to just going in there and buying the building, 50% occupied, getting a 50% LTV loan, right, from a credit union or a bank. I made a deal with them and I said, "Listen, let me go in there and let me lease. Let's negotiate a purchase price." We negotiated that purchase price that was fair for both parties.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
But let me lease it up and let me get it to 90% occupancy. Let me get it to 100% occupancy. And he said, I will allow you to do that. And I'm not going to let you close until you do that because I don't want to put you in a bad predicament. So that's what we ended up doing. I ended up spending, now we spend our own marketing money.
Yeah.
My time and money and effort to go back and forth, spend an hour and a half away, go back and forth every week, multiple times a week to clean up the building, do this, do that. Prior to even leasing it up. So we were risking our time, some money, to go in there and do this. And the short of it is we got the best tenant we've ever got. I still got him in there. A national millwork company for home developers. He came in there because it was the bigger space. He occupied that and made it about 90% occupied, which allowed me to close on the building. And then we had a little bit of issues trying to lease the remaining space, which was 5,400. It was completely raw, no drywall, anything like that. And it was really funny because as soon as we went in there, and it was before closing, I was under contract and still waiting on title, I think. And we were like closed in 2 weeks. I had a national roofing company call me and they actually ended up leasing the building. No questions asked, nothing needed. It was almost too good to be true. Right. So we leased it up and upon closing, I told him, "Yeah, I leased up the last spot." And he started dying laughing. He's like, "Oh man, you had that 10 in your back pocket the whole time." Right. But regardless, we got a little bit lucky in that situation. Business does require luck for sure. But we were able to negotiate the right way. We were able to not be hasty, if you will, on trying to buy our first building. And since then we bought more buildings. We bought office, we're doing, into the development side, residential as well, residential development. We have a couple projects like that and a couple branded hotel development projects. Our primary area of business is Sunbelt. So we like anywhere from Texas, Tennessee, down to Florida, Georgia, stuff of that nature. So we do stuff in Texas, primarily. Florida, Tennessee is kind of our three big states right now. So yeah, it's been a wild ride so far. It's the best. I love it. I love waking up every day and just something new, something interesting, right? Like it's always something really cool. And I mean, like we were talking about, the residential real estate side, we had a different personal touch, and I believe that's why we were successful. We tried to bring that onto the commercial side as well. As you and I were talking about, it's like, how do you do that, right? Like owning a building's a building. Not really. There's this connotation as well. Like they're all realtors between a tenant and a landlord, right? So like, how do we bridge that gap a little bit? It's just being authentic with them. It's helping them out. And doesn't necessarily mean monetarily. It's, I gave an example earlier, like we've had people look at our spaces that we knew was too big for them. And we actually denied them, not because I'm not worried about getting paid my rent. It's because we didn't want to see that business not succeed, right? Because you're a small part in the community of bringing business, right? And bringing people's dreams to fruition, right? Like they're creating a business. A lot of these people are building businesses from scratch. I've done it. I know how hard it is financially on your family. The last thing we want is to have them worry about rent or this or that. So trying to bridge that gap in the commercial world is kind of where we're trying to bring, and we are bringing that personal touch in between the tenant and the landlords. And it's been great for us so far. We've got big, the state of Florida is in a bunch of our buildings, True Green, a lot of the national companies, and it goes the same for them. Just because they're national doesn't mean they can't have that kind of one-on-one touch. Like it's been a really cool thing to see. And yeah, we're enjoying it a lot. We're
Man, brother Greg, sir, you said so many good things within just what you shared, and it's two things I want to highlight, and then I want to ask you a question. you know, I know you said God, you feel like hey, maybe God, or God blessed me with these opportunities, different things like that. And it's two things that I'm thinking about as you talk. One, and I'm gonna use a biblical kind of term and reference: you reap what you sow.
Mhm.
And it sound like, just talking to you earlier and listening to you in that story, it's no doubt in my mind that you was reaping on the things that you sowed. Because you just said yourself, and people don't know, you said this even before you said it now, is that you don't want to put people in a position where they're going to hurt themselves, right? And it sounded like when you was transitioning, about to go into this commercial into industrial, you had somebody that did the exact same thing for you. That was like, listen, until I can make sure you get this thing to 100% occupancy, we're going to make sure, right? So you reap what you sow. Now that's a biblical aspect. Now I'm gonna get a little ratchet. This is the Jay-Z version of it, right? So Jay-Z, this is what Jay-Z said. He said, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And so I agree with you. There has been some luck, but I also believe you was prepared so that when the opportunity came, you were ready to take a hold of it. And when I say you was prepared, I think you was prepared when it came to discipline, system, strategy, but also with integrity, like being the person that you are, not building on false pretenses. And so, like when the opportunity came, you will fully know who you are, how you want to operate, and you were able to meet the opportunity. And I believe that's why you're thriving. I don't know, man. You tell me, does any of that kind of hit with you at all?
Yeah, 100%, man. No, you're spot on. That was like nail on the head, if you will. And I mean, listen, we've lost opportunities, and some of it has been maybe a lack of discipline, right? Like not in a bad way per se, as weird as that sounds, but like just not 100% focused, or your
Yeah.
focus is elsewhere, right? Like,
Yeah.
so we've lost opportunities because of that. But like, the biggest thing, man, is like everybody's so scared of failure, right? Like we were talking about this earlier, like what do we look forward to, right? And we were talking about people that you have to chase to create opportunity, right? And like I'm not gonna chase somebody for an opportunity. And it's just crazy because, like you reap what you sow, just like you said, in this world. Like nothing is given to you. I mean, for some people it is, right? For the majority of people, like you're not getting anything in life. You have to go out and get it.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, like when you're not disciplined, when you're not ready for that opportunity, it's not, sometimes too, I look at it as like, okay, failure to me, I like failing. This is going to sound completely crazy.
Talk, brother. Talk, man.
Than succeeding sometimes. Now, everybody loves succeeding and seeing a deal go through, seeing investors get their money back. That's the goal, right? It's the primary goal. But I've failed enough prior that I could never have learned or be in the position I am without having failed, right? And so many people I feel are just afraid to fail that they never take that first step, no matter what it is. It could be real estate. It could be whatever their regular job is. It could be sports. It could be, doesn't matter, right? It's just like they're afraid to fail. So they don't take that one step. And man, like, I don't want to sound corny or cliche, but that first step is the hardest. And it's like getting up and doing something about where you are is the most important aspect in life and in getting there, because otherwise, what are you doing? So yeah, yes, you're 100% right, man. You just gotta be prepared. You gotta do your due diligence. You have to fail. Do not be afraid to fail. This is more like away from real estate. This is life. Like, don't be afraid to fail, man. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be cooking a meal, like you're trying for the first time with you and your wife. Like, fail. That's how you learn, man. Like, you can learn by succeeding, but you're gonna learn more from failing. And I don't, you never set out to fail, right? Nobody does. but it's going to happen, especially in business. It's going,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
nobody's going to go out there and create 100 businesses and 100 of them are successful.
Come on, man.
So yeah, you're spot on, man. I love that.
Appreciate that, man. I'm gonna hit you with two more quotes, right? One is a Quentin original that I literally just I have never said this before until the last podcast. So this last guy that I was talking to, he was a baseball player, professional baseball player. And so he started talking about how when you get into the Hall of Fame, people are in Hall of Fame that had hit the ball 30% of the time, which means the other percent of the time they're failing. And so as he was talking, this is what I said. I had never said this before. I said, failure is fertilizer.
Mhm.
Failure is fertilizer. Like it's where the nutrients, it's where things grow. And if you know anything about fertilizer, sometimes it's manure, sometimes it's stinky. It's just mess. Like yeah, it gets muddy, it gets gross. But it's the fertilizer where things grow. So sometimes, like you said, you can't be scared of failure. It's messy, it's stinky, but you can't be scared of it.
Exactly.
Second thing, again, I'm sorry, y'all, forgive me, but it's a biblical quote because you started talking about discipline. And it's a statement that says, no discipline feels good at the time, but once that discipline is finished, it produces right standing and peace. When you let the discipline produce you, once you get to the end of discipline, the consistency of it all, the mundane of it all, whatever it is, once you get to the end, you find yourself standing up strong. You find yourself at a level of peace because that discipline has taught you how to be resilient. It has taught you that you ain't gonna die. like you gonna be okay. We didn't fail, but that discipline tells you to come back because eventually things are standing right. And so when I say all of that, Greg, I look at you, man, and it's no doubt in my mind why I see you successful. I said it earlier before we got on. I'll say it now. Within 30 seconds of talking to you, I knew I was talking to a person that led with honesty, integrity, and there's no doubt in my mind why your story started to unfold, why people was looking out for you, why you had family friends that came and helped with the construction, why you had a mentor that looked out for you, that looked at your CRM and said, I know this ain't him, but still I'm going to reach out to him, right? It all makes sense to me, man. And so, man, I gotta thank you, man, for being here today. If someone wants to reach out to you, connect with you, learn more about what you're doing, how can they get in contact with you, sir?
Absolutely, man. So first off, our website is great. It's GDA. So like Golf Delta Alpha is my name, CAP, CAP. So like GDA Capital Development. So GDAcap.com is our website. You'll see projects we have going on, stuff of that nature. But, social media is big as well, right? Like we're in the social media kind of era. Instagram handle is GDA Cap as well. So nice and easy. Same with Facebook, GDA Capital. So all pretty much the same. LinkedIn, you can find me as GDA Capital as well. So really, if you screenshot the name, GDA Capital will get you around to all of our links, the websites, social media handles, everything of that nature. We're pretty, we like to be on social media a lot. We have a good marketing company and we're on social media doing videos a lot too. So Instagram's a good one for us. Links to all our other pages as well. So definitely the best one. Absolutely. And all those go directly to me as well. So any messaging, anything of that nature, website inquiries, investments that are put up with inquiries, that all goes directly to me as well. Nobody else, you're not going to get an admin or anything of that nature. So nice and easy.
Beautiful. Greg, man, I appreciate you. Bro, I literally, I could talk to you easily for another 30 minutes. I mean, easily without breaking a sweat. So we probably could talk probably for hours, but, man, let me say this sincerely. So first, I'm going to thank you for your time because time is valuable, right? Time is our most precious commodity. So thank you for giving us time today. Two, man, definitely thank you for your story. Thank you for your narrative. The late Kobe Bryant said, nothing in this world moves without story. And so, just stories is what power the narrative brings the context to the content. And so thank you so much for your story. And definitely thank you for your perspective. Thank you for the way you think. Thank you for bringing your mindset to this platform. This was great, man. I really appreciate you being on today.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. And again, time is a precious commodity. So for you guys as well, thank you for having me. It was truly an honor.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, listen, y'all can't tell me y'all haven't got the value out of this conversation, but Mr. Greg, you can't tell me. So definitely check him out, but definitely make sure you subscribe. I say it all the time. We're going to continue to bring incredible people up. I told you, listen, inbox me if I'm lying. Tell me somebody when I ain't said that line and it haven't been true. So listen, again, man, Mr. Greg, I appreciate you so much. And everyone else, listen, we'll see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.